Hi, my name is Anderson Nyamande, and I'm going to do a demo of the radio.co software. Let's get started. Simple as it seems and simple as it looks, we go on to radio.co, that's our website. Let's log in. For the purpose of the demo, I'll be using my radio.co account. I already have an account with the team, and I run a radio station on this platform. And the service has been great. It has been awesome. So let's log in. Great. We're logging in. Loading. Wonderful. As you can see, this is our beautiful platform of our main dashboard here. Got listeners, bandwidth, storage. We got the radio.co as the broadcaster. As the platform provider on the top left, we have the radio station that's running, which is After Fact Radio with the logo here. We have the on-air banner to show us that we're on air, we're live. And then we have got the add media button on the top left. We have our avatar here, showing on the right. If you want to log out, this is where you also come in to log out, and then click log out, and then you're out of the platform. We've got help for assistance. We've got live for your live settings and live broadcast. On the left, going down, we have our other tabs. We've got media, playlist, schedule, share, reports, add-ons, settings, and users. On the right, you have the current playing track. We have it here, which is now playing, and then on the far right you have the coming up next track. Great. So let's start. You have managed to create an account, you have logged in, and remember you have a 7-day trial. So you can create an account, you have 7 days to play around with this platform as much as you want for 7 days, then you start being billed. Now, you've signed in, you're in. You don't have any media, you don't have anything to do. Let's start with adding a media file. On the top right corner, you've got the add media button. And then you've got 3 ways to add. You've got browser, FTP, and you can actually browse from your machine. So for the purpose of the demo, we're going to browse from my machine. So select files. I put a file here, pre-done, which you see is progress, yeah, uploading. Perfect, 100%. Now that we've loaded, where is the file in the system? I can't see it anywhere, but we can actually come on to media. Since it's a media file, we have our media option there. We can see our file via that option. And the media option lists from the latest going down. And this is our track. Just to make sure that this is the correct track, played. Great. This is our exact track. That we've added. Now that you have added your track, it's within your media files. What next? You need to create a playlist. After creating a playlist, we need to schedule our recordings. And scheduling is based on the playlist that we've created. So on the menu, let's come on to playlist. Right, these are my current playlists, but we need to add a playlist for our station. Let me just close that. Thank you. Great. Let's come on to here. Let's create demo. Oh, why? Let's go demo. Let's go add. Wonderful. Demo has been added, and automatically we're taken to where we need into that demo playlist that we've just created. And on the left or in the middle of the screen, we have the recently added tracks, and ours is on top. And on the far right, you have the demo playlist, which is empty. So we need to fill it up with some music or with some tracks. So let's just, for the purpose of the demo, let's just add a track. Click on the plus. There we have it. Our track is now in. We need to save changes on the top right. Changes have been saved, as you can see. Everything real time as you go seamlessly. Now I need to schedule. Let's create a schedule. As you can see, this is my current schedule as I'd set it up. It's a bit of a mishap, but you can just ignore it. It will also help us explain what we need to explain further in terms of scheduling. I'll explain how it goes. Right. The multiple methods of you creating an event or creating a schedule. First one is the default one. On the top right, you can just go and say add event. If you know the time slots that are empty, or as a beginner or as a first-time user, or if the whole day is empty, pick a time, duration, pick a day. If you want it to play every day, it will play every day. Choose all days. Or on certain days, you can actually choose Tuesdays and Thursdays, Mondays and Thursdays, or Thursdays only. And then if you want it to repeat every week, every 2 weeks, 4 weeks, up to you, depending on how you want your listeners to listen to this playlist. And then on the top, we have choose a playlist. Let's choose our playlist. We have a playlist demo, and then our time slots are there, and then you can click on create event. We're not going to click that now. Let's come on to a free space on my schedule. I've got this area here. I've got also this area here. So I'd rather use this area here. Double click on the free time slot, predefined, as I double click it, and then ends 6:45. It's a 15-minute period. I'll choose my playlist, which is demo. I'll just leave it on Wednesday. And yeah, play every week. No, let's just leave it for today. So it's a demo for today. Let's leave it for today. And then create. It creates and saves the schedule. So it does those two things in one go. Now our schedule is there. There's no other option for you to click on save because it's already been saved. Excuse me. Let's say the system, your time frame or your playlist has ended, and soon after your playlist, that time period is empty. There's nothing scheduled for that time period. This is what happens. The system automatically assumes that the currently running playlist is the one that's supposed to come onto this empty space or onto this empty time slot up until it comes to another predefined playlist like this one, R&B. So the demo playlist will continuously play. It will repeat for all this time up until it gets to 8 a.m. and then the R&B playlist takes over. So that's how that works. So what have we done so far? We've added our media, we have created a playlist, and we have created a schedule. We now have all those. Those are just pre-recorded items. Now you need to do a live recording. Let's say you want a DJ to come, an external DJ to log into your system to log in, or you want just to hijack your station and then just do a live session as and when you want. So let's start with the one to hijack. I like hijacking. So this one you use a third-party app. There are quite a number of apps that you can use that you can find on the internet, but the one I prefer the most is called Butt, B-U-T-T. Awkward name for the purpose, but it serves the purpose. Right. Yeah, we really need to have fun whilst we do this. This is music. We need to appreciate and have fun. Now let's go to our third-party app. Sorry, before we go, come onto a dashboard. On a dashboard, we have the live option, and you've got server port password. We're going to need these details in order for us to connect our third-party app to connect to our server, and then we can do a live broadcast. Perfect. Now let's do it this way. Settings. Okay, great. And for the purpose of demo, I had pre-done the settings. As you can see, the name demo, and then we have the server entered, port number, and password. I pre-did this so that my password won't be exposed. Okay, save, 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 and then you can go settings out. Now, for us to run, hit play. Connecting. We are on A, info, as you can see here, on A, timer, and then it starts to run. Now let's get back to our baby here. Let's come on to live. As you can see, we're now on A. So my listeners are actually listening into this demo as we play it. Now we can just stop that. Perfect. Hijack time is over, guys. Sorry. And then our station is going to go offline anytime now. Okay. Yeah, it's offline. Perfect. Right. Now let's go to how did I manage to do a hijack, a live broadcast at any given time. You do this by enabling a feature called live anytime. Radio.co managed to give us this feature so that we can actually hijack our station at any time you want and broadcast for as long as you want when it comes to live broadcasting. So let me show you where the setting is. Come onto our menu, you've got settings. Under settings, you come on to broadcast. Under broadcast, you see the option to say live anytime, and then enable it. Off, on, save. You're done. Let's say you want to schedule a certain time frame. You've got a DJ probably in the USA or in the UK. You just want this guy to log in at the preferred time and do their thing, make your listeners happy. You come onto schedule. As how we created an event. Look for a free slot. Demo, we have it. Come on to advanced, and then we have our open door, live DJ. DJ is going to be Anderson for today. Thank you. Give it a time frame, and if it's a weekly thing, a daily thing, you can specify according to how you want it, and then you can create the event. So that's fine. There we have it. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're moving on. Now you've put in your schedule. Now we want to make our listeners listen to our station. How do they get to listen to your station? You can share a link that you have. You come on to share on your menu. Just wait for it. This one usually takes a couple of seconds to come up. That's all in 1 minute. It's coming up. Share. Okay, for the purpose of the demo, it's taking a long time. You have a link that's provided for you for your registration. That link you can share with your friends. They can put it on a browser. It can play automatically from a browser, any browser that is. You can actually add in to Winamp, a third-party app. You can play from there. You can add into iTunes, also plays into there. You can use it to integrate with iTunes Radio, TuneIn Radio. You can actually use it and other like Streamer, etc., etc., to share and play your radio station. Now that you have a platform where your listeners can actually come in. Oh, the other thing about the sharing link is that you can actually use the link to embed your website. As a listener, or as a listener opens your website, you can actually start playing the radio station, showing everything, the thumbnails, the currently playing tracks, or the recently played tracks will be showing, as in how you design your website. There are other platforms, or to make it simple, you can come onto here. Radio.co is an all-in-one place, or should I say one-stop shop. They can do website for you, iOS for you, iOS app, Android app for you. It's just an additional fee per month, but it's worth it. So this is a DIY kind of setup. I have an Android device. So let's come onto the Android device. Create a mobile app for your radio station. Your listeners are everywhere, reach them anywhere. This is true, 100%. Okay, now let's go on to next. My Android app, give it a name, which is After Five Radio, that's my radio station. Choose a logo, and whenever you choose your icon or logo, please take note that it has to be 1024 by 1024 pixels. If it's not, you have difficulties in uploading that file. And on the far right here, as you can see, where my mouse is, this is how the app will appear after being installed, according to the logo as well. Go next. Colors. By default, it picks up the colors from your logo. As you can see, mine is gray, black. These are my default colors. If you wish to change, you can actually change them and improve your colors. Make it look nice. Make it look wow. As we proceed, settings and sharing, we need to share our information. Website, you can add your website here, email address, and the sharing template that's there as well. Social media, Facebook, you can enable. Twitter, you can enable. Instagram, you can enable. SoundCloud, you can enable. YouTube, you can integrate. All those features can be seen via your mobile app. Next thing is place an order. Agree to the terms and conditions, and you place your order. As for the iOS, similar steps. Difference being, you have your iPhone on the other side, on the right-hand side, and all the steps are similar. The app, when you order, it comes in for iOS devices, which is wonderful and great. Now you have where your listeners can listen from. The radio station is online, it's playing, it can be listened through iTunes, TuneIn, your website, iTunes Radio. You can listen from Streamer, you can listen from multiple places across the globe or across the internet. What you need to do now, you need to see who's listening. How do you know who's listening, where they're listening from, what kind of devices are they using to listen to my station? That we can go into our reports. We have a reporting page. When you come on to reports, and the dashboard comes up. As you can see from the reports, mine says I have 216 listeners as of today, from last 24 hours. And that's minus 45%. I'm less with 45%. And number of unique listeners, I have 33, which is less 3% from the last 24 hours. And the data that I've just used, or the data that I'm using. What's the difference between total listeners and unique listeners? Total listeners is a combination of both new and old listeners. Everybody who has visited the station the past 24 hours. Everyone. All the hits that have come to my station, they're the 216. So the unique users are the first timers, the ones that have come in the past 24 hours, the first timers. These are our unique users. And then here, we have the overall. As you can see, the graph is green. This is our total listeners. If I come on to unique, comes into orange. As you can see, our time graph, and versus number of listeners, time versus number of listeners. These are our unique users. This is how you can see your unique users. And where are they listening in from? The region. I have 179 from France, 12 from the United States, 7 from Japan, 6 from Zimbabwe, 6 from Germany, Which platform are they using? The 189, not so sure, but we got 2 using Windows Media Player. We got 3 using Winamp. We got 7 using TuneIn. We got 20 using iTunes. And what kind of devices? 181, we're not sure. Mobile, 7 users, and 28 using their desktop. Perfect. Now we know who's listening, where they're listening in from, and it's just up to you to create that friendship with your listeners and make sure that they're always hooked on your station. We have users. If you want a DJ to come in, an external DJ to log into your system, if you want an external person to log into your system, or add people to your station in general, you need to know the user roles. And there on your menu at the bottom, you have users. Right now, I've got 3 users, myself, my friend, and the coach staff. These are the accounts. Come on to roles. You have 4 roles that you can give your users. Station manager. As you can see, show. Station manager has got permissions to do everything. So you have to make sure each time you give a user a role, you need to know exactly what they need to do, for what purpose do they need to be in your station for. Otherwise, you give them the station manager, they might edit your schedule, they might destroy everything that you've just created. Music controller, it's got limited, not everything. DJ, read only, mostly. Guest DJ should have 2 items, if I'm not mistaken, offhand. Yep, station read and scheduled read. You don't have much. Nope, you don't have much. Let's say you want to invite. How do you get people added on here? You come onto the top right corner, you have invite a user. Click there, you get the name of the user, email address of the user, because the system will send an invite to that user. The moment they accept the invite, then and create their own password, then they can actually log into the system. Give them a role. Station manager is default. Pick the appropriate role for the user. Then click invite. Comes up. Perfect. Right, what did we do today? We have added a media, we've created a playlist, we've created a schedule, we have done a live broadcast 2 ways, interjection and predefined. We have also shared our links with our friends and family to broadcast our radio station. Even you can actually put on Facebook the link to share. People can just click on it, use their browsers to listen to your radio station. We have done the website, web builder. We have done the iOS, Android apps, integrations. And we now know who's listening in, where they're listening from, what kind of devices are they using. We now even know who is able to connect or who is able to log into a station, which is great. Now, why did I even choose radio.co? Why should you yourself, as the user or as somebody who wants to do internet radio, choose radio.co? First things first, people's budgets, your pocket. Radio.co is flexible and it's got a good package system. Good pricing. It's got about 5 great plans that you can have. You can use. Great support. Even from the least or the smallest that you can think that these guys cannot assist me, they will assist you from the smallest thing to the biggest. They're there for you. They're always there for us. They shall always be there. The services, they're all DIY. From the website builder that you saw, from the iOS and Android app builder that you saw, everything's DIY. It's a one-stop shop. You don't need to go to other service providers for you to get a website done, to get your app done. At the same time, you still need to do your registration with Radio.co. So Radio.co made it easy for its users to have everything in-house. They made it easy for us to integrate with Twitter, TuneIn. You can actually set up a time frame. Each time you want your track to be posted on Twitter, add your account. It will post it every 5 minutes, every 20 minutes, every 30 minutes, every hour, every 2 hours. You can actually do that for you. Good sound quality. The sound quality is perfect. Perfect. Let me just do a sample for you here. Listen to this track.
Loitering in the park, brown bag sipping, slap box and dice game, fried chicken for Richlands. Drive by, tooting my horn. What up, pimpin'? This is the town in '95. Good living. Sewer Park was popping, Black Fest, Soul Fest. Rose from these hills, man, them things was so fresh. Used to own our homes, now we're all.
Great sound quality. You wouldn't want to miss that. Radio.co, they're always busy looking for the best options for us, looking for the best apps, looking for the best services that they can add in, looking for the best ways for its listeners to be able to maximize the internet radio broadcasting service. And hence, for that, they always bring in new services periodically. From time to time, they bring in new services. Recently, they introduced TuneIn Radio, iTunes Radio, and Streamer, which recently introduced for integrating. Radio.co has got a couple of. It was not the first to do online internet radio broadcasting platform. It was not the first. It shall not be the last, but it is the best. The other free services, Radionomy can give you a free platform, but when you want to do things like integrations, start becoming complicated. The support is poor. We have Voicecast. We have Listen to My Station. We have Shout Cheap, Radio King. All these guys, they are just competitors with no means of competing. They are way behind Radio.co, and I shall always support Radio.co. Radio.co, you can find the tutorials on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. You can get hold of them on all these places. That's why I've chosen Radio.co. That's why I advise you to choose Radio.co, because Radio.co is the easiest way to start your internet radio station. Thank you very much.